in relationships, we've experienced so many substitutes until we don't know what the real thing feels like. Genuine love. Listen to this. Listen to this. 1 Corinthians chapter 13. You don't have to stand up. I'm already teaching. So don't stand up. Okay. Listen. Go to verse 3. Go to 2. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains. Now you think about that. A faith that can move mountains. Okay? That you would think that that would be the greatest thing that would impress God. You have a faith that can move mountains.
Yes.
Okay. But he says, but don't have love. Then I'm not. Now, why am I starting there? Because, number one, God is not impressed about what he already gave you. See, most of us love to be super religious. We really do. Maybe not in this church, but in the other church. And what I mean by super religious is we have this thing to where now that we're believers, we don't let people get close to us because they're never good enough. So every time that they do something that's close to what we are doing, we talk about them to make them feel bad, so they'll move away from us so they won't know what we're doing. Okay, I'm going to come over here because they act like they don't do nothing in this section right here. So I'm going to come back here and talk to y'all. And what he says is it doesn't make any difference how much faith you have if you don't have a changed heart, if you really don't have genuine love in your heart. Let me talk about what love is. Love is the full, open expression, regardless of the situation, that allows you to put yourself in somebody else's place and not ever be concerned about what it is that's happening to you. For God so loved the world that he gave his son. That means when I genuinely love somebody, when I genuinely care, I am not concerned about what happens with me. I am concerned about what happens with you. Most of us can't really love that way, and we can't get beyond into a mature love because why? We've had so many bad models until selfishness rules our hearts. I'm losing people fast. We are. And every time, and because I've been hurt, every time someone steps in, if they look a little bit like the person they hurt me, or they do something, I never give that person an opportunity. Can I go here for a minute? Because of the way your parents or whoever hurt you, you cannot open your heart up to the gifts that God gave you of children. Now you mistreat a gift. You know there are folks that sit here, been trying for years and years to have a kid. Now you have a kid and you don't. Okay, I'm really in trouble now. For years and years and years, I've watched us, as what we've done is we've watched other models instead of just following common sense things. I saw the other day, I was driving down the street, and I saw this young lady, and she was dressed to the nines. When I say to the nines, I mean, well, I don't know, that's what we used to say, to the nines. I don't know, what do they say now? She was what? To the T, okay? Thank you for bringing me into the 21st century. She was dressed to the T, walking about 5 feet, and the little kid was walking behind her, right? She was, I don't know who she was going to meet, right? And the baby walking behind her, half dressed, trying to keep up with her. She's turning around, and instead of going back and get the child, right, she's turning around cussing at the child and telling the child to come on, better bring. Look, I'm probably about 3 or 4 years old. I wanted to get out of my car, snatch all of everybody else's hair out of her head, and whoop her like she was mine, and put that baby in my car. Do you really what I'm talking about over here? Okay, now, can I go deeper? That's the way folks look at church folk who come to church all the time and act like they love everybody, but it ain't nothing but hate rolling around up in here and every other church. All they do is spend time talking about other folks that are weaker than they are. All they do is look down their nose at everybody, come genuine enough. Because in his experience, he's had both the church side and the hood side and the world side. Come on, don't act like you're not from wherever you're from. Hood simply means neighborhood without neighbor mention. Okay? That's all it is, right? I come from there. And there were roots that I had. Oh God, I wish I could really do this. And he's getting down. He's talking to church people and said, I don't care if you can speak in tongues. I don't care if you can prophesy what's going to happen next Thursday. I don't care if you're the king or the bishop. I don't care if you got faith that you can look at a mountain. And that's a bad brother that can look at a mountain and only Jesus is on. He said, I don't care about that. If you cannot open up your heart to allow God to use you to be a full expression of his love in the earth realm, if you can't bend down and kiss a child and hug something, if you can't give aid to somebody that needs some help, if you can't love somebody and hug them and let them know they have some value, if you can't go away from the crowd and find the one that's by themselves and bring them in, if you can't go out into the hedges and the highways and you can't hang out with drunks and addicts and pimps and hoes, if you can't go do what God has called you to do, I don't care how much Bible you know, your Bible knowledge is worthless when it comes down to God using you. If you got what I just said, follow back at me in this house. I ain't mad. Because you got folks that walk around and tell me, I'm Bishop Flap Flap. That's it, right? Now, you know people in here, they're in this church right here. They'll walk past you and speak to other folks. You don't have to come back next Sunday, but I'll be here at 10:45 with another one, okay? You don't have to. He said, why? He said, because it doesn't look right. He said, you can even throw your body like sacrificing to be burned up. There ain't nothing. You know why? Because your heart is nasty. There's some well-dressed church folks whose hearts are just nasty. And I'm talking about relationships, right? But I gotta set the stage. This nasty. I don't blame people walking around. Only thing I like to get close enough on them. Well, I don't do that no more. Well, actually do it anymore. Y'all know what that is, though. Salute them. Y'all get it later. Think about it, because you were doing it in traffic the other day. Salute folks, weren't you? You know what you were doing. You better get out of my way. Okay, watch this. Now, why is that? Because number one, write this down. Characteristics of love. Love is not enough for relationship, but love is the foundation. Okay? I'm going to tell you, I don't care who you're with, okay? Love is not enough. Do you know why? Because character needs to be involved. Trust. Time. You can love somebody and walk away from them. Is there anybody in there that somebody told you they loved you and then they walked away from you? Yeah, that's what they said they love you. You know why? Because what did I teach last week? 2 different views of love. So the first thing you got to do is come up with a definition that's similar, so that both of you are saying the word that means the same thing. To one person, love means you do everything for me. But I will never give you anything. For another person loves me, that I'll do everything for you, and I don't ask for anything. For another person, I had to let somebody know one time, I told them, they said, I want somebody to fulfill all my needs. I said, even God's not going to do that. So you're going to be by yourself all the rest of your life. I said, that's an inappropriate model. You're not looking for a man to fill all your needs, and that means if he stops doing it, you empty. You better fill yourself, and then you find a man that adds something to the table. Don't you sit there and wait on nobody to cook a meal for you. What happens if they don't feel like cooking that day, Harold? I'm glad my mama taught us how to cook and clean and everything, right? But you ain't depending on nobody. We sitting there talking about, well, you know what, fix your own dinner. Baby, you ain't said nothing. Do you want some gravy with your biscuits? I can make them from scratch. Are you getting what I'm talking about here? Do you You know why? Because he starts the characteristic. Number one, love is patient and love is kind. In other words, if you're going to be with me, even with your children, you got to allow me the room to develop. I'm developing, you're developing. If you're with somebody today, they will not be the same person tomorrow. Not if they're growing. And one of the things that we don't have is the capacity to allow somebody to expand. You should be intelligent enough. If a person is growing in a direction that you're not, okay, don't try to go and get them and turn them around. Okay? Let them go. Before they get too deep into it. Am I making sense to anybody in here? Okay? You don't control people. This is one of the toughest things I've learned. You can't control anybody. You can't control nobody but who? And that's hard. When I sit down and think about it, all my time is on trying to make sure that I get half of what I need to get right. I don't have time for your business. My family will call me and they say, did you know so-and-so, so-and-so happened? I said, no, because if y'all don't call me and tell me, I am not over there. There's enough out here where I live, where I work, that I don't have time to be calling you telling me, hey, what's happening over there on your end? Or what's going on? Hey, you know what? I heard that Sally left Jody because Jody was sleeping with Billy, and Billy left. No, I ain't got time for all that mess. That's your business. Okay? Let me tell you what I love. If God is patient enough with me that he has allowed me to go from where I was to where I am now, I got no other reason than to be patient with you and allow you to grow and develop and blossom. I want you to fly. I don't want to be there. I want you to get out of here. I want you to do things. If we have that attitude with our children, I don't want them jokers around me for 90 years, baby. I want to help you learn right now. I want to teach you how to pay bills. I want to teach you how to rent an apartment. I want to teach you how to get a car. I want to teach you how to go to college. I want to teach you how to get your head out of my refrigerator and put it in your own refrigerator. I want to teach you how to buy clothes. I'm not wanting you to be here with me because I love you and I want you the best for you and I want to see you fly. I don't want you trapped down here on planet Earth like I am. Does that make sense? And so then I'm patient when I tell you something. I'm not calling you nappy-headed, ugly, or anything like that. I'm talking to you because why? I'm pouring into you, and I'm developing you, and I'm helping you grow. I'm not expecting you to have things together like an adult. You're not an adult. And if adults were supposed to have it all together, that's why when folks are kind to us, and we haven't ever had somebody be kind to us, generally kind, we always think they're up to something. You never had a woman or man or somebody that really cared about you. So now that y'all beginning to talk for a little while, and then he brings you flowers, right? And you can't even receive flowers because of the fact that you think that now he's bringing you flowers because why? Because he wants something, or he's up to something, or whatever. And he might be, because fellas, you know what? We set that up too. Because most of the time we don't give stuff out of a genuine, sincere desire to tell you how valuable you are. We always give it something to try to get something, and then when something don't get, then we get gone. So we set some of that up. I don't even have time to do what it is that I want to do today. I only got a few minutes left. Are you feeling me up in here? Okay. But ladies, let me also tell you something too. If I would receive it better, we would give it more. You have a hard time receiving something. If I bring you some chocolates, right, and you look at you like, well, I don't like chocolate. Good God of mercy, I brought you some chocolates. I don't care if you don't like chocolates at all, you know. Tell me some kind of way you don't eat them, but you ain't got to sit there and put your hand on your hip and look at the chocolates like they nasty and become I don't eat chocolates, but I tell you what, you won't have to worry about it because you'll never get some more chocolates out of my hand. If God brings you some chocolates, you'll be okay. But absolutely never will you. I won't even bring you chocolate covered paper anymore. Are you feeling me? Okay. You know why? Or you look at it and you know, and Harry Harry used to bring you chocolates, and then Billy just brought you some chocolates, and you start crying, you know, and then all of a sudden you're looking at Harry, and you know, you're looking at Billy, go like, no, I can't talk. Get out of my face right now. So I'm feeling confused. And Billy looked at you, well, what's wrong? Harry used to give me chocolates. Billy, if you're in the house, let me help you. As soon as she said, Harry used to give me chocolates, look at it and say, you know, I understand. I really do. Ain't no problem. It's all good. Call Harry and let him bring you some more chocolates. So Billy out. Do not let people mistake your kindness for weakness. But also don't be so angry and arrogant that you can't be kind. That's why I began last week, in the week before, talking about get healed before you start touching other people. Get some healing. Get your own issues corrected. Start finding out what makes you tick. Get better yourself. Love yourself. Be kind with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Because if not, what's going to happen is you're going to damage someone that has genuine. Oh God, I can't even do this, right? Love is not boastful, proud, envy, all this stuff. Now, let me get here when I talk about pride. Pride, the type of pride he's talking about here, interferes with the process of love, okay? Because it takes us to a place that you've never been before. All the things that I'm talking about take us to places we've never been before, okay? Now, I'm supposed to be proud of who I am, okay? But I'm not supposed to have so much pride that I have to rule over you. Yeah. Can I go here for a minute? Yeah. There are some of us that have so many issues until what we have to do is we have to be in charge to feel safe. So that means, let me just use this for an example. I don't know how to be able to effectively create a safe environment for a woman or a child. I have to create a dominating, a place where I'm the king. Okay? So that means instead of me being able to create an atmosphere where people respond because of genuine respect and love and they feel safe, I'm always telling somebody what to do. I'm gonna really get in trouble for you, but I'm big enough to fight anyway. Okay? So I don't look at you and say, you know what? I think let's sit down, let's talk about this, or what do you think about this? I say, you know what? You need to so. And you need to. I ain't gonna take all that off of you. What gets me is any man or woman that would allow themselves to be taught to that like that from day one. I ain't talking about 19th day, from day one, right? The moment somebody looks at me and says, you better do anything, I'm gonna look at them and say, and you better get your hand out of my face, and I'm gonna move myself away from here, because this is not gonna end pretty, okay? Do you know why? Because when you tell me something, I am not a child, I am an adult. Now watch this, wait a minute before you clap. But if thou presentest thyself as a child, thou wilt get treated like a child. That's why if you haven't grown up, get grown before you try to go get involved with somebody else's life. When I was a child, I haven't even got there. When I was a child, I thought as a child, I understood as a child, I spoke as a child, but I'm not a child anymore. But unless you put down childish ways, can I go deeper? Unless you chasing men or women just to be able to have lust for them instead of respect for them, then when you get a genuine man or a genuine woman, they're going to see you right from the beginning and read to your right, and they're going to treat you like it is that they know they can get whatever they want out of you, and once they get what they want out of you, they're going to drop you, because why? You did not earn the respect that that person deserved. You didn't hear what I said. And what happened? You said, don't play with me. Don't play with yourself. Treat yourself like an adult. Get your own life together. Put yourself in order. Stop walking around begging folks for stuff. Stop acting like you're so needy all the time. Stop acting like you can't make it without somebody. If God got you up this morning without that other person, then God I was doing good before you came. I'll be doing good when you leave. Making sense? Why did he say that? Why did he say that? Because he says you have to position yourself. See, most of the time we go into relationships and we do things, we're out of position. Can I go there for a minute? You're in a transition. Okay? And I don't care what it is. You can have a baby. You're already in a transition. Now you done added another transition to that transition. Does that make sense? Okay? So now before I even have grasped what's happening with me as a person, there's another person that I got to take care of. Guess what happens? I haven't learned how to take care of me. So what's going to happen with the baby? Can I go a little bit deeper? So God blesses you with somebody that loves you, but you haven't taken care of yourself. So what are you going to do with? Oh, y'all don't want to talk to me. Lord, I just want you to send me somebody. Do you hear me, Lord? I need somebody. Now, y'all ain't never coming back now. I'm being by myself next week. Can I finish this though? Really? I'm almost finished, okay? But listen. There's a certain point the individual has to get before they can really open up to receive even what God is. The reason why there's so much anger is because there are so many failed attempts without guidance, without utilizing knowledge and wisdom, without patience. If you desperately have to be loved by somebody, then that means you're desperate. Did you hear me? Can I just talk to you for a minute? Everybody's heart needs. Nobody want to be around somebody that's cold, uncaring. I sacrifice for you, but you'll never do anything. Every time you turn around, we're only talking about you. You looking good, your kids look bad. You meet somebody that don't take care of their own kids, you know what? You're a fool. I don't care if you don't come back. You're a fool. If you got somebody that has kids and you do anything to pull them away from those kids, you are a child. You are immature. You don't deserve anybody good. You want to find out how a man or woman is going to treat you? Watch how they treat what they already have. I don't care about you having a dog. If you treat that dog better than you treat me, thou shalt have it by dog and by thyself. Because I am going to... I know everybody, all the listeners would just be like, where in the world did he come from? Are you feeling me? Now, oh God, I need to go here. Can I go in just a minute? I'll finish next week, okay? Because of the way we have an effect that we love, we've never been here before, okay? Then what happens is we keep record, we keep score. Every time you do something to me, I write it down. He didn't open the door. He didn't call me last night. Now, instead of sitting down having intelligent conversations when problems arise, all we do is bring up the list of all of the stuff that we've written down up to that point. What if the next time that you came into crisis that God whipped out a list and started reading off the list of the stuff that it is that you and I have done instead of, come on, talk to me somebody. And what if when I'm in need right now, he says, well, you know, you did this in 35, you did that in 72, you did that in 68, you did that. Well, I'll tell you what, you just really have run out of time. What if God had us run out of time? I'm so glad God doesn't treat me like people would treat me. So here I am again, Lord, over and over and over and over again. But every time he needs, I wish I had somebody with me. He may not come when I want him, but he is always right on time. When I was a child, I didn't understand that, but I got it now, baby. That means he said, let me lay there just for a little while, but by and by, he's going to come by and he's going to get me. God, I can't even finish this. I just got out and tore my page. Know why? Watch this. Genuine love never fails. Stay with me. I didn't say because someone says they love you and then disappoints you. That doesn't mean love failed. That means you were with a flawed individual that failed to understand what love really is. When you really understand what he's saying, and here's what he's saying. And come here, give me two people, and I'm going to go. I just need two people. Don't matter who you are, male, female, let's go. Two people, hurry. Two. Yeah, can you get up? I don't know. Oh, you were trying to get here, huh? Come on. Y'all, come on. Okay, good. Now, here's what I want you to understand what he's saying. Because remember, God is writing, Paul is writing from God's perspective, okay? So here's what he says. I want you guys turn each other. Join hands. Okay? Now, lean back and hold hands. See that? That means no matter what the tension, you never let go. Y'all didn't hear what I said. That means no matter what the pressure is, okay? And notice what they're doing. As they're leaning backwards, they're dependent on this union. Okay? If either one of them breaks at this point, somebody's going to fall.